What's kicking, y'all? Kwikpanik here, and I'm finally back with a new video, and I'm here to introduce you to a new series of mine, and that's going to be Kwikpanik's Deck Garage. I'm really excited to do this because I feel like it's something that's missing in the YouTube community for Yu-Gi-Oh! And that is building a deck from start to finish with the fans. And I feel like deck building is a really important part of the game that we kind of look past because it's so easy to just net deck whatever just won our most recent event. So I wanted to do something here with you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of ideas that have been swirling around in my brain the past couple days. And the first idea I want to test is I'd been talking with some friends and joking about using some zombie cards because Nats is coming up and I want to kind of just have fun at this Nats. I'm a little bit on the fence. I'm kind of burnt out on playing competitively. So I'm either going to give it a really hard try or play something extremely fun for me. So Minerva is coming out and is going to be readily accessible for a lot more people than it was before. So zombies take advantage of that really well, and I love zombies. So I wanted to play something that was going to be different than the Minerva build that we'd already been using because it was kind of bricky for me. It feels like a glass cannon. It doesn't have a whole lot in the means of defense. And the combos and plays are pretty linear, and I don't really enjoy that. So I wanted to combine it with True Draco, and hold on, nobody put your pitchforks down. Stop, I'm not done. Hold on. So I wanted to use, okay, so you can get a little bit mad. I wanted to use True Draco with the zombie stuff because the zombies produce all sorts of monster tribute fodder, and my biggest thing was I just wanted to tribute Goblin Zombie for Masterpiece or Dynamite Knight and get my search off. Or like pop Goblin Zombie on the field with Diagram to get like 2 searches. Okay, I'm sorry. I digress. So also in conjunction with those, I wanted to use True Kings. Now True Kings work really well with the True Draco cards in the forms of the spells and traps because the spells and traps work for both. So Diagram can search for a Masterpiece or it can search for Agnemazud. It doesn't really matter. So as these ideas are building in my head, it's further solidified by the fact that Patrick Hoban did really well this past weekend at ARG Atlanta using True King Zoo. So I have all these ideas floating around my head and I see a little bit of synergy. So that's what we're going to do today. So you see Goblin Zombie is already on the screen, and that's because I am dead set on using him. So he's going in there. I'm using one Goblin Zombie, no matter what you say. And in addition to that, we'll go ahead and we're going to use our hand traps next. I'm just typing hand trap. What's a hand trap? My bad. So Maxi is a really good card because it works against Zoo. I don't have to explain Maxi. He's there for sure. Then Ghost Ogre, who unfortunately is not a zombie, but we're going to use 3 of that just because it hits all of the major decks in the format. It'll hit True Draco, in that it will make it so that their Diagram doesn't resolve. And it'll also make it so Zoo has a really hard time because it hits Barrage and it hits any normal summon Zoo monsters that might activate their effects. And on top of that, we're going to use Ash Blossom. Now, it's not as good as it was last format for me, in my opinion, rather. So I'm going to run 2 just because it's not very good against the pure Zodiac deck. So I'm going to run 2 Ash Blossoms. We'll see how that works. On top of that, we're going to go ahead and run the Zombie Engine, and I'm going to move my mic real quick. So the Zombie Engine, this past format, had a lot to do with, why do I keep just typing these random things? Well, it works. It paid off this time. So we're going to run 2 Unizombies, and I'll tell you why we're running 2 Unizombies, and it's because we're running 3 Shiranui Solitaire. And every time I run 3 Unizombies, it just feels really bricky. We really want Unizombie for his synergy with Shiranui Solitaire. So Shiranui Solitaire I can summon, and if he doesn't get Ash Blossomed, I can go ahead and tribute him off and special summon a Unizombie from the deck, use his effect to boost his level up 1, and then send a zombie from the deck to the graveyard and make him level 4. So that zombie that I'm going to send from the deck to the graveyard is going to be Mizuki. Mizuki will banish himself to special summon back this Solitaire who tributed himself off to summon the Unizombie, and then I can either make a rank 4 or I can make a level 8. In most cases, you make Cyframe Lord Omega. So that's your level 8, and it's 1 card, which is really good. So we just talked about Mizuki. We're going to run 3 of him. Now, Hoban this past weekend ran 2 Lithosagem and 3 Barasthos. I'm going to run the Lithosagems. So I need some more Earth targets. He was running Zeus, so that worked really well for him. And we're only running the 2 Unizombies, so I feel like we can run Gozuki. So we're going to run one. If you watched my earlier videos where I did a box opening with this guy came out, was that Duelist Saga? I pulled him. I was so happy just to see him. So he works really well with Mizuki. He works well with Lithosagem. So he's here. He's here to stay. And on top of that, we'll go to the True Kings now. So, like I said, we're going to run 2 the Lithosagem. And I have reservations against running 3 Barastos. So I'm going to run 2, but only because I'm going to run 1 Ignimazud because I have 5 fires in the main deck. The Shiranui Solitaire is actually a fire, and so is Ash Blossom. Hoban actually wasn't running Ash Blossom, so he didn't even have that option. But on top of that, so we're going to make 1 bad play, and we're going to play a Masterpiece, just because it works so well with the diagram engine, and I really want to tribute off my Goblin Zombie for a Masterpiece. So we're playing 1 Masterpiece, and we'll go ahead and we'll put in the diagrams. So we'll put in Dragonic Diagram. Now we can pop cards from our hand with Diagram, which is awesome. We're going to run Terraforming, of course. So I can pop like a Mizuki that's in my hand to search. I can pop like leftover zombies. It doesn't really matter. I can pop a True King, obviously, and get their effect. So diagram is going in there regardless. So the 2 diagrams, 3 diagrams rather, 3 terraformings. Oh, you know what I wanted to run? I wanted to run Zephyros because he has some really cool synergy with diagram. And what else? Got a bunch of level 4s. Ooh, you know what? We're running. Okay, so in order to make it easier to get to Zephyros, let's normally you go into Force Tricks and you can do stuff like that, but I'm going to go ahead and say maybe we want him in another way. So we'll put in Foolish Burial so we can ditch our Zephyros or Mizuki. Mizuki and Gozuki are both level 4 Earths, which means we can combine it with Glow Up Bulb, who can be popped with Dragonic Diagram or sent to the graveyard with Foolish Burial. We can even ditch it with Unizombies effect, right? Yeah, on his first part of the effect. And that gives us access to Naturia Beast. Ooh, that's exciting. So Foolish Burial has enough targets. I like that. What if we put in Zombie Master? Shh, don't tell anybody. We're going to put in Zombie Master, okay? Nobody get mad. Nobody get mad. We're putting in Zombie Master. This is for me. I don't care what you say. You can make this deck however you want. We're playing a Zombie Master. Oh, okay. Hear me out. So Zombie Master can special summon any zombie from level 4 or lower, from either player's graveyard. So if my opponent Ash Blossomed me, I can actually Zombie Master for their Ash Blossom and go for a level 7 Synchro like Black Rose Dragon. Yes, and it also opens us up to level 4s. What else? I can pitch Zephyros, which is really cool. I can pitch Glow Bulb, and then Glow Bulb. Oh my gosh! So I can make Trishula. Oh yes. This is going well. I'm excited about it. Okay, so I think that's enough monsters. We have 25 monsters. We're going to be milling with Minerva. I like that. So we need some other true King and true Draco cards, I think. So we'll put in 1 Heritage. I feel like that'll be enough. We probably won't be drawing off of its effect very much, but I want to have it as a searchable piece for Masterpiece. So I'm going to put that in there. But we're also going to run True King's Return. I'll run 2 just because we're running the 5 True Kings. Yeah, I like that. So we got a little bit more room. Let's see what else. We're playing these. How about some board wipes? I want to run Raigeki. And Dark Hole actually works really well with the True King cards because they get their effects when they're discarded by card effects, even if they're my own. So we're going to run Dark Hole. If I can spell Dark Hole, my bad. We're going to run Dark Hole, yeah. If it loads. Okay, Dark Hole. And see, we could run Burial from a different dimension to put back Mizuki after we used it. And if we at least have the 1 banished, it's a 1-for-1. But it's really bad to open with. It's not a starter card for sure. I want to play my body as a shield, just to protect any sort of boards I make. Like if I make True King of all Calamities, I don't want him to just get Darkhold or Raigekki'd or any of that stuff. So we'll put 2 of my bodies in. Now we need 1 more card. What do we got? What do we got? We have 3 Terraformings, Draconic Diagram, Foolish Burial. Do we want another trap? Not really. No, I don't really want another trap. Oh, we don't have any back row hate. That's awkward. Back row hate. We should be running, I want to say Twin Twisters, but I don't want to run into True Dracos and then I'm just minusing. So we're going to use Cosmic Cyclone. And we're going to run 41 cards. That feels a little bit taboo. That's the way it's going. If you don't like it, I don't care. I'm running that. I like this main deck though. This looks kind of fun. I'm probably going to play this. I don't know. I have a UDS that I could play at this weekend or an ARG States. I might play this and see how it goes and like keep you updated. Maybe I'll change some stuff and maybe this will be what I play for Nats. I don't know. This would be really cool, right? It's really cool. You can say it. It's fine. It's fine. It's probably gonna be pretty cool. Anyway, so let's move on to the extra deck. So I was talking about Trishula plays, and then I was talking about. Okay, you don't want to go in there? That's too bad. Then we're talking about Naturia Beast, right? Yes. And then we talked about Black Rose Dragon. And then we, of course, we need our buddy Frame Lord Omega. And we probably need 2 of him. That play isn't totally uncommon. I feel like I should have another level 8 just in case. Like, Scarlight's pretty cool. Do I want Scarlight or Crimson Blader? Crimson Blader would be cool. Crimson Blader would stop True King, right? They can't normal summon or special summon. Okay, I like that. And if I randomly run into Infernoids, that works. Okay, that's enough synchros. That's enough synchros. Level 7s, is that good? Hold on. Another level 7 would be cool. And we're running a field spell. Do you know what that means? I know what that means. You might know what this means. But I want to play Ancient Fairy Dragon. Oh my gosh, we can play this. Because look at this, look at this. Its second effect, its first effect is kind of decent. Special summoning a monster from your hand, but yeah, that's what I thought. So once per turn, you can destroy as many field spell cards on the field as possible. So I can destroy my opponents and gain 1,000 life points and then search my own diagram. Like if they Ash Blossom me, I can just summon Zombie Mask. Oh my gosh, that is ugly. I like that. I like that. We're playing that. This is a fun deck. Remember that. So don't get all uppity about it. Then we need a True King of all Calamities before I forget. Man, words are hard, guys. And then we need Minerva, because she's the queen. My killer queen. We make lots of level 4, so why not have Abyss Dweller? That's for Dino matchup and True King, all that fun stuff. Abyss Dweller. Tornado Dragon's really good. Tornado Dragon, what you doing, buddy? So we have XYZs. We don't have any fusion plays. Global plus a True King is Leo. And he is really hard to get around. I don't know if you've tried to get around him lately, but he also tramples over our good buddy Masterpiece if he's not getting boosted, if he's unaffected by spells, and then they can't pop him, so he's just going to take it on the chin. So I like that. I like that. Leo's in there. What are some other XYZs? We have the rank 4 stuff. Oh, you know what? I am deathly scared of Crystal Wings, so we're going to play a Utopia package right there, and then we have room for one more card. What do we got? We got level 5, level 9, level 10. Can we... What else? What else? Oh, did I put Force Strix in here? No. Good thing I think. Good thing I think. We're putting Force Strix in there. So that's the last card. I like that. So this is actually going to be pretty fun. I hope this does well, and I hope I can update you on this successfully. But I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to leave the side deck up to you guys. So I need your help. I really like this series, and if you want me to continue it, because I really do, go ahead and give me a like down below and leave a comment about what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, or maybe even take the same idea and make your own changes and send me a screen cap of your dueling book profile of it, or whatever app you use, or maybe even real life cards. That'd be really cool too. So I hope I can bring this series to you guys. Go ahead and make recommendations for decks that you'd like to see me build, and I will do this weekly if you guys like it enough. Like I said, I didn't see it in the community, and deck building is really important, and it's also important to have fun, which this was a ton of. So hope you guys have an awesome day. Later.